Welcome to Concept Craft. We are presenting step-by-step videos training to crack your certification exam, so you can gain the confidence to take on any accounting challenge. Now let's begin our today's lesson. Using the Prep for Taxes tool. Learning outcomes. In this lesson, we'll cover using the Prep for Taxes tool to prepare a client's tax forms for submission. Topics: navigating the Prep for Taxes tool, creating a new folder in the Documents tab, exporting to ProConnect, exporting a CSV file. Take the pain out of preparation. Work gets busy at year-end and during tax time. Even if you aren't preparing clients' tax returns, you might be reviewing their accounts to make sure they're accurate. You might also be the tax preparer and want to map each account on the chart of accounts to the correct line on the tax return. It would be great to have one centralized location where you could perform all tax-related tasks. Thankfully, QuickBooks Online Accountant offers such a tool. How can QuickBooks Online help? The Prep for Taxes tool in QuickBooks Online Accountant gives you a head start on your client's tax return. You can use it to review a client's accounts from a single dashboard, which you can use to display a trial balance. Even if you don't prepare taxes, the Prep for Taxes tool can help you with your analysis at year-end. After your review, QuickBooks Online automatically assigns your client's accounts to the proper lines on tax forms. You can then export the map tax forms as a CSV file or to ProConnect Tax Online to get a head start on your client's tax returns. Navigating the Prep for Taxes tool. You can access the Prep for Taxes tool from Accountant Tools. There are 5 tabs across the top bar of the tool. Select the headings below to learn more about each tab. Year-end tasks. The Year-end Tasks tab displays a checklist of tasks to do at the end of the tax year. You can add, edit, delete, and reorder tasks to align with your firm's workflow. Selecting a task allows you to edit or delete it. The Edit feature allows you to add links to relevant screens in QuickBooks Online. To do this, just copy the link from the address bar on the screen you want to link to, and paste it into the URL link field. You can also add links to URLs outside of QuickBooks Online. You can add a new task by selecting the plus add button at the bottom of the screen. Each task has a status indicator to the right. Use the drop-down to select the appropriate status. To do means that the task is still outstanding. Waiting indicates that you need additional information from your client or an external agency. Remember, your client doesn't have access to the Prep for Taxes workspace, so they won't see this. It's just for you and your firm. Mark each task as done as required. Documents. The Documents tab is where you can quickly access and view all documents uploaded to the Prep for Taxes workspace. There are 2 sections, General and Accounts. You can add folders and subfolders to both sections. In the General section, the number in parentheses after each folder name indicates the number of documents in the folder. In the Accounts section, this number tells you how many sub-account folders, not documents, are in the folder. The General section is empty by default. It's best used for documents that carry forward from year to year and that are not related to specific accounts. For example, you might save corporate documents, loan documents, and fixed asset schedules here. You can create your own folders, then add subfolders, attachments, such as documents, or links to each folder. You can also mark the files in each folder to carry forward to the next tax year. The Accounts section has a folder for every account in your client's chart of accounts. You can download an entire folder, add attachments, or add a link to a document at another website or on your firm's drive. You can also mark the files in each folder to carry forward to the next tax year. Review and Adjust. The Review and Adjust tab shows the balances for all balance sheet and profit and loss accounts for the current and prior tax year, along with the percentage and dollar change columns. It also has a column that shows any adjusting entries made after the Prep for Taxes tool was first accessed. In the default view, accounts are grouped by financial statement type, balance sheet and profit and loss. Some firms prefer the trial balance view, which you can switch to using the slider control at the top. This view displays all the accounts in a single column, along with columns for debits and credits for the current and prior tax year. The beginning balance columns indicate the debit and credit balances at the end of the year, before any adjusting entries have been made and accepted. The ending balance columns indicate the debit and credit balances at the end of each year, after adjusting entries have been made and accepted. You can choose which view works best for your workflow or switch between them at any time. Regardless of which view you choose, selecting any account's balance automatically brings up the Reclassify Transactions tool. To change which columns are displayed in your Prep for Taxes workspace, select the grid gear icon at the top right of the table. You can also expand or collapse rows to show or hide sub-accounts. This enables you to adjust your screen view as you work through each account. The Review and Adjust tab is also where you can make an adjustment, add a note, add or manage attachments. These attachments will also appear in the Accounts section of the Documents tab. What happens if you make an adjustment? Selecting Make Adjustment allows you to create an adjusting journal entry that you can fill in with the necessary details. These adjusting journal entry checkbox is automatically marked, as you can see here. Grouping and Statements. The Grouping and Statements tab enables you to group your accounts into whatever structure works best for you and your client. You can create groups, rename current groups, and drag and drop accounts into the grouping you choose. Grouping accounts is an essential feature for larger CPA firms that need to prepare specific financial statements. It creates professional deliverables that bookkeepers can give to their clients or outside tax preparers. Each account can include reference codes to supporting documents when required. To create a new accounts group, select Create New Group and enter a group name and reference code. This is helpful if your firm uses different financial groups from those your clients use in their management and other reports. After creating a group, you can drag and drop the accounts that should be included into it. Tax Mapping. The Tax Mapping tab provides a quick and easy way to see if each account maps to the right tax line or to make changes if needed. You can then export the map tax files as an Excel file. The first time you use Prep for Taxes, you'll be prompted to select which tax form to use. You can change this form at any time. However, if you do, you'll need to remap some accounts. On subsequent visits, the Tax Mapping tab shows you which tax lines it has assigned to each account. QuickBooks Online will attempt to automatically assign tax lines to the chart of accounts. Any unassigned accounts appear in the We Found Unmapped Accounts section. Select Assign Tax Line and move them to the correct tax line. Pro Advisor Tip. For more detailed information on using the Prep for Taxes tool, check out our article on using Prep for Taxes to map and export your client's tax info. Creating a new folder in the Documents tab. A client asks you to create a new folder for business-related documents that carry over from year to year and aren't related to any individual account. Select Accountant Tools, then Prep for Taxes. Select the Documents tab. In the General area, select Add New Folder. Enter a folder name. In this example, let's call it Corporate Documents. Then select Save. Next to the new folder, select the down arrow and choose Create Subfolder. Enter a name for the subfolder, then select Save. To see the newly created subfolder, select the right arrow next to the main folder to expand it. To add a document to a folder, select the down arrow next to the folder and select Add Attachment. Locate the file and upload and note the number in parentheses next to the folder names. This number indicates how many documents are in each folder. The client also wants a subfolder for their company officers' Forms W-9 that they store in the cloud. To create this, create a subfolder as before. Let's call it Forms W-9. Because the document is located on a cloud storage service, from the down arrow next to the folder, select Add Link. Enter a name for the link and add the link URL, then select Save as before. You can see that the number in parentheses has been updated for both this folder and the main folder. To move documents and links between folders, select the dots icon and drag the item to a different folder or subfolder. Now let's carry the folders into the next tax year and make a backup copy of the documents, just in case. To do this, next to the main folder, select the down arrow and choose Mark Files for Carry Forward. Notice that the folder icon has changed and it has a small arrow added to it. To make a backup, select the down arrow next to the main folder again and select Download Folder. Choose where to save it on your computer, then select Save. This saves a single zip file containing all the folders and documents. Exporting to ProConnect. After you review and make any edits or adjustments in Prep for Taxes, and you're ready to export to ProConnect, select the Tax Options drop-down and select either Update Existing Return, Create New Return. You can also choose Export CSV File to download a CSV file. We'll look at this later. Select the headings below to learn more about these options. Update Existing Return. If you started a return in ProConnect Tax Online before working in Prep for Taxes, or you made changes since your last export, select Update Existing Return from the list of options. Keep in mind that this overwrites any current dollar amounts in ProConnect. Create New Return. If your workflow means that you've finished work in Prep for Taxes before starting a return in ProConnect, select Create New Return. This creates a new return in ProConnect. Exporting a CSV file. If you don't use ProConnect, Export CSV file allows you to download a CSV file. The CSV file is formatted for Lacert tax preparation software. However, you may be able to edit the file to make it compatible with other tax preparation software, such as ProSeries. In summary, learning outcomes. Well done. In this lesson, we covered using the Prep for Taxes tool to prepare a client's tax forms for submission. Knowledge recap. You can now use the Prep for Taxes tool in QuickBooks Online Accountant to help prepare your client's tax forms for submission. You can also export the tax returns to ProConnect or similar tax preparation software. Next steps. This is the last lessons in this subject. Navigate back to the personalized training page to pick your next lesson.